Yo, what is up, guys? Joker bringing you another video for Diablo 4. At this point, since I have about 250 hours, including my beta time in Diablo 4, and I've effectively beaten it, I have all of my Lilith statues, I have all of my renown. I farmed over 100,000 red dust for this horse. This saddle was like 6 million gold. So I've effectively bought the most expensive thing in each shop. I've done all three world bosses. I've fought the pinnacle boss. Obviously, I died because I'm only level 74. I've done pretty much everything in the game. So I figured at this point I'd give my honest opinions of the game and like a rating and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. Oh, guys, real quick before I get into anything, if you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, and subscribing, if you've gotten anything out of this or any of my other videos, I do appreciate it. I haven't been plugging it, and apparently I'm supposed to. So there's that. But apart from that, if I had to go ahead and give this game a solid rating, I would say it depends on what type of player you are. But regardless, it's about a 7.5 out of 10, right? If you're more of a casual player, you're going to want to bump that up a point. If you're more of a hardcore player, you're probably going to drop it a point, half a point, just because there's not a whole lot to actually do right now. And I know they're going to be adding more content, especially with like expansions and stuff. That's a given based off how the story ended. So I know that there is more coming. And what I reference by hardcore player is people like me, people like other content creators and streamers, where they're like playing 10, 12 hours a day. Reason why I say casual, that's going to be anywhere under, in my opinion, 6 hours a day. Anything under that, you're a pretty casual player. And some people may say that's still pretty hardcore, but what you it's subjective, right? So the game's a good 7.5 out of 8. If I had to list a couple, 7.5 out of 8, 7.5 out of 10. If I had to list a couple of pros and cons off the top of my head, majority of them are pros. A lot of cons are just quality of life updates. Let me show you a couple of examples of cons real quick. It would be limited stash space, and no gym bag would be probably two out of the my three main complaints. My third complaint would only be having a pet like in Diablo 3 run around and pick up gold and gems and stuff for you. I know the gold picks up if you walk over it, but there's no reason to not have a one of those pets for like the gold and the gems, because I don't want to, and like the crafting materials, because I don't want to have to do those extra clicks, dude. It's stupid. And I am losing out technically by not doing it. So I am kind of forced, and the hit boxes are kind of small. So those are like my only three real complaints about the game. But apart from that, my kudos, like what they did well is pretty much everything else. The game is really pretty. I enjoy the combat, and I even enjoyed the story. And I'm not really a story player, especially in ARPGs. So they nailed pretty much everything else. Uh, if I had to think of complaints besides those quality of life things, let me think. The stun lock is still quite excessive. Like I have three different unstoppables in my roar, in my shield, and in my charge, just because CC is a menace in this game. CC is terrible. Apart from that, the PvP is not balanced at all. Like, if you've seen SAO Abridged,
But there's one thing you didn't account for. My numbers are bigger than yours. Funny thing, really. Get to a high enough level and you're basically untouchable.
and the Kirito moment, I've had moments like that where there's like three people attacking me and then just one pulverize and they all die. My numbers are bigger than yours. So, yeah, pretty much that. Which I mean, you figure there's not going to be balance. Whoever have bigger number win in PvP. It's not skill based at all. Especially when you get uniques like this, right? Where a higher rolled one would be a lot better, but I grant barrier when I go over 100%. They're already doing no damage to me. When I use this, I gain like 400 life because of my masteries and stuff. So it's always overhealing me. There's points when they can't even break my shield. So it's kind of like bigger number, better player type thing. But apart from that and that little off tangent rant, I've really enjoyed Diablo 4. I feel like they've nailed it. I feel like it's mainly for a more casual audience, which is the gap that it needed to fill because PoE and PoE 2 are supposed to be for those hardcore ARPG players. Everybody knows that. So I think it takes up a good place in that middle ground. It's sadly, I don't want to. I really enjoy Last Epoch. That's why I put it in the same tier as Last Epoch. There are another major complaint: loot filter. Give us a way to filter loot. That's a necessity. You just pick up so much crap. You literally have to vendor it every dungeon. It's so stupid. But where was I? Yeah. Apart from that, it's on a tier of Last Epoch where it's a brand new game, right? You have to think it doesn't have the history. We can't directly compare it to PoE right now because of the fact that it just came out. We need to give it time to get content. And on a first initial release, I think they nailed it. I think if they give us these quality of lives and good expansions, that D4 has a lot of potential. Hopefully, they just don't fuck it up. That would be the biggest thing is there is a lot of potential to fuck it up, but right now I think it's fine. They're actively nerfing stuff that needs nerfed. I think they should balance around casual players, not hardcore players like myself, streamers and other people like that because I mean, you can't balance around people that play 15 hours a day. That would take way too many resources and it just wouldn't be worth it. So I'm really looking forward to season one. Apart from that, actually, no, that's pretty much it. Hopefully, you guys kind of agree and the game is a huge success. Hopefully, we get this quality of life and season one brings us a lot of cool gameplay. But apart from that, how do you feel? Leave it down in the comments. Have you been liking it? Have you been hating it? Are you a casual and do you agree it's more for you? Or are you a hardcore player and you agree that it's still for you as well? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and other videos. And until next time, take care.